Monday morning, January the 26th. I'm with Emmanuel Petit. Come on, let's get on our toes, if you like. Let's walk with a purposeful stride today. Let's feel good about ourselves, even if you're an Arsenal fan, after that yesterday at the Emirates. But there's Abby, a Manchester United fan. Good morning to you, Abby. Jim, just listening to Emmanuel Petit there, I expected more from him, but he's just Martin Keown with a French accent. Arsenal bottled it. Arsenal bottled it. End of discussion, says Abby. There's another message coming in from Joe. Arsenal are nervous. Emmanuel Petit has just shown that they're nervous. You see, they're reacting to what you're saying here, Emmanuel. They're latching on to every word. But you think, now this is part of the course. If you're going for the title, you'll hit a day like yesterday.
Of course, you have to deal with your emotions all the time. So you know that you'll be under pressure every time you lose a point. Yeah. Especially when you lose a game, that kind of game, at home. But I remember, 2 weeks ago, last week, City and Aston Villa lost, and Arsenal, I think they drew. Yeah. So people were saying, they're gonna lose points after drawing points against Liverpool a week before that, and that's funny because it's like everybody is expecting Arsenal to fail, but in the meantime they're expecting Aston Villa and City to win every single game until the end of the season, which is won't happen. And on top of it, after everything we've said, you look at the schedule of the games. And you realize that Arsenal have played already against Manchester United, against Liverpool. They only have to play away at City, and as well, I think they have one more game against top team. But City and Aston Villa, they have to play four big games until the end of the season. So, I mean,
did you say everybody wants Arsenal to fail?
Not
a lot of people want them to fail. In the media,
because it's been a long time that Arsenal won a title, and so they link the two things together, saying that they're crushing under pressure because they didn't win a single title for 20 years now. So this is why they're saying that, because if Arsenal won a title 2 or 3 years ago, they won't say that.
No, but it's not unfair to question Arsenal's resolve going into the second half of the season, Simon, is it?
I mean, it's the top of the table, so they're there to be shot at. They haven't won a Premier League for 22 years. In the 2-3 years ago, they had a chance and they threw it away. Now, in this instance, playing against Man United probably, the two games, ironically, for Manchester United, probably suited character, playing Man City and Arsenal, two sides that are top of the league that think they can beat Man United. Let's see how Man United go when they play against Fulham next week, in a game that Man United will be expected to win.
Yes.
And the dynamic will change in that game, and then we'll see if the character revolution has some real steam behind it. I look at Arsenal, I think it's a completely different side to the side that played 3 years ago. A manager that's more mature. I thought his post-match interview was very good, very solid. The thing about the post-match interview that irritated me the most was the fact that Arteta was very complimentous about what was going on in front of him, very calm, very reassured, very praising of Manchester United, and then we get the bloody journalists going, but what about the handball? So these managers that I often criticise for getting involved in criticising officials, even when they don't want to, it seems it's the media's job now to drag them into some controversy so we can all sit there.
I agree.
And he didn't bite. I thought, well done.
There's Daniel Smith. Dan, good morning to you. Arsenal, it's quite simple, are overrated. Their top goal scorer in December was own goals. He says the biggest threat is set pieces. That's not the form of champions. Dan has his doubts. Dan is one of many. Gavin, big Arsenal fan, good morning. You got doubts. How do you feel?
Morning. How you doing, gents? You all right?
Good, Gavin. You've got World Cup winner Emmanuel Petit here, an Arsenal legend, and Mr. Simon Jordan. The floor is yours.
First of all, Emmanuel, due respect, mate, but pipe down on your telling Arsenal fans how they should react, because I seem to remember you running like a rat when you was on the cusp of greatness with that midfield with Vieira and ran off to Barcelona. So you can't talk to Arsenal fans about loyalty.
Before we go anywhere, did you run off like a rat?
No, but people, he's free to say what he thinks,
Wow. Okay, Gavin, well, you've stopped us in our tracks there.
The last time I remember seeing you in the Premiership was in the blue shirt at Chelsea. But anyway, we move on. Arsenal, unfortunately, we're not showing anything different. I would love for us to be sat here today saying we're killing it, we're going to walk the league, but what are you showing me that's different to the last 3 years? Mental fragility. We're showing that when the pressure's on, we crack. This is why we get called bottle jobs. If you're showing me something different, if you're showing me fight yesterday, then fair enough.
Wow. Does Gavin have a point there, Emmanuel? Does he have a point? Mental fragility.
That I've been hearing that for years and years and years, and that's what I said. If you said that about Arsenal, actually, what can you say about the rest of the Premier League? I mean,
well, the rest of the Premier League, in terms of teams like Chelsea, like Liverpool, Man City, have all lifted the trophy and European trophy.
That's what I said. You link what's happening with Arsenal history for what is happening actually.
This is what I'm saying. Those accusations don't get levied at the other clubs because they've been successful. We have not. We suffered under Arsene Wenger. I mean, that's a whole different conversation for years and years.
So, Gavin, you're anxious this morning, right? This is anxiety.
I've had extreme anxiety the whole season, and that is built off of 3 years now of bottling it. You can't package it up any different.
Let's see if Mark agrees. Mark's a big Arsenal fan. Mark, do you agree with Gavin? Are you anxious?
No. Gavin, sorry, mate. Disrespecting Petit like that, you must be a secret Tottenham fan. Not anxious, not anxious. You got to remember, yeah, Man United are playing in their favoured positions under a new manager, and they're all trying to prove a point. We're still top of the league by 4 points. We're top of the championship. Simon Jordan got it right. Man United have played two top teams and come out and play with no fear to prove that they should keep their shirts.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're having a nosebleed. It's one game.
Mark, Gavin's still on the line. What do you want to say to Gavin, the previous caller, Mark?
Gavin, get a cup of tea, get a biscuit, chill out, man.
I can't, brother. I wish I could. Listen, they've got to give me something, and I'm not seeing anything different. I'm not seeing. We played against Liverpool the other week. We should have smashed them off the park. They had no Salah, no Ekitike, no Isak, and we couldn't beat them.
What are you saying? What are you seeing that's different, Mark?
What I'm seeing that's different is that everyone's having a go at us about not scoring from open play, but how many times have you seen teams where they're cruising through on luck? Liverpool didn't win every single game last time on open play goals. They got some own goals. They got some rebound. They got all kinds of luck through their season, and we had injuries.
Mark, let me ask you, on this day, Monday, January the 26th, are you going to tell me you're going to win it?
I'm saying, yeah.